Yeah. So hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
Yeah. So Professor Shukla, what is the basically time? So up to what time we have to bind it up? Around 1 p.m. or maybe we have little bit to 10 to 15 minutes more.
So we'll have to wind up by I think 5 minutes before 1 p.m. because the validatory session is there, and the
Okay.
President IST will be joining by 1 p.m., sir.
Okay. So I will try to maybe finish it by giving demonstration also. So I'm just giving to discuss 10 to 15 minutes. So I think instead of slide, I can connect to my pad. That will be better in order to get the complete information. So we will share the slide with all the parties with you, and we will share with all the participants. Okay. So I'm just moving to the my pad, and I will going to discuss few things, and then we will do the demonstration. So, hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, you are audible.
Is there any echo? Okay. So I'm just sharing my pad. So I have joined with pad. So Just just a minute. I'm just trying to share it. Share screen. Yeah. So is it visible, right? So we can just quickly give the brief and the attack models and the defensive models that are basically available. I'm just a little bit arranging these things. Okay. Right. So what is it doing? Yeah. Yeah. So so we have discussed the ML models till now. So the capability of ML models, or you can say the deep learning models or AI models, even you can say the AI models. So what we have? So we have a trained data. So you have a trained data, and based on this trained data, you have to learn a function f. So this function is learned on this trained data, and it will just provide you the output, or you can say the prediction. And prediction will be based on your problem, so that you have. So basically, what is machine learning? So machine learning is nothing but mathematically, if you want to define. So we are looking for a function f. So this function we are going to search. So we are looking to define this function, and more or less the architecture or the framework of this function is already defined. You have to as do some certain assumptions. Maybe you can say that linear models. Maybe you can say that non-linear models, right? Maybe you can say that some in non-linear models, different things, polynomial models, maybe different other type of models you want. So the framework you have to already define. So in the search of this model, so the architecture you have to already, or the framework you have to already define it. So this is already defined, and now in this framework you have to just find out the parameters. So there are two types of parameters. One is learnable parameters. So learnable parameters are parameters which are basically learned by the model, so with your data. And you have a hyperparameter, the parameter that user has to provide, or you can say the uh, uh, expert has to provide. So hyperparameters. So this is very important. So tuning or learning of these parameters, or you can say the tuning and learning of these parameters is very important in order to assess the performance of important in order to assess the performance of any model. Performance of any model, any AI model. It is it may be machine learning, it may be deep learning model, AI model, right? Then we have discussed that the challenges in the data. So your data may be noisy, missing values. So many missing values you may get in the network data, right? And bias in the data due to the source, right? Then challenges in the learning models. So we have already discussed that learning challenges are basically the bias and variance, right? So bias with model and variance. So underfitting and overfitting we have already discussed, right? Now the question is, given this study, right, your model is machine learning model is basically defining or learning this function f, the parameters of this particular function. Very big, it may be very complex, it may be very simple function. Function f, so that whenever some test data comes or some unknown data comes, it try to predict it. So this is your model. This function is a model, and it will predict. And maybe you can say that set of parameters theta you have learned. So based on this set of these parameters theta, you just provide the input data, test data to this model. So of course this is a basically pre-processed data. So pre-processed data, or you can say data in vector representation, and it will give you the prediction. And based on the prediction, you can do certain actions, can perform certain actions. So this is the whole idea about the machine learning. Now in security field, what happens? In the security field, what happens? Suppose you have a model. So I'm just giving you two types of thing. One is basically modeling the threats, modeling and learning the threats, right? Learning the threats. So there are a lot of problems where people do the maybe anomaly detection, intrusion detection, right? Intrusion detection, maybe spam filtering, spam classification, spam designing, spam filter designing, right? Maybe threat detection. So some sort of threat detection. So that comes under the anomaly as well. So you can say threat detection from the logs. So maybe from the log of networks. So from the log data. So this is already defined. You can just extract good features. Maybe you have timestamp, you have IP addresses. You can have a features, maybe packet level features. You can have a maybe routing level features. So many features you have, and accordingly you just represent your data features you have, and you just do the classification or you can say the prediction in modeling. A lot of algorithms are available, and you can define the threat. So this is once the data is available with you. So this is basically offline way of getting the threats, right? Then second one is that of course you have offline way. Then another way is basically can you do the threat modeling with the streaming data? So your data is streamed, your log is basically maintained, some activity is performed in the network. So streaming data modeling. So streaming data. So can you do prediction using the streaming data? Prediction, right? So there are many algorithms. So online learning is there. So some sort of online learning concept people are using. Incremental learning. So you have some small amount of data, a small amount of log. You just train one model. Next time you can you have a more data. So you have received more data. You can again refine your model. So this is incremental learning. So you basically keep on refining your model, right? So keep on refining the model. In order to detect the threats and other things. Now I'm just so there are a lot of problems, lot of basically algorithms available, lot of papers you will get. So there are two more types of problem that I'm just going to tell you here. One is so I'm just giving you another models first. So security breaching using the hardware, right? Using the hardware and applications. hardware and applications. Maybe mostly from the handheld devices, and even from any devices which is basically connected to network system, so you can do it. So security breach, so what sort of problems are there? So in this security breach, so what are the problems basically? So maybe side channel attacks, if you have heard, side channel attacks, popular name, right? So based on the monitoring of your hardware, maybe some parameters of the maybe some device, so maybe temperature pattern, maybe some vibrations from some of the sensors, maybe some other sensor parameters. Basically, that you can say time log, basically time log. So power dissipation, power versus time, right? So these parameters, if you have, so based on these parameters, you can infer the communication, some sense. You can infer the communication. So machine learning models can exploit the information, the data that you have received from the devices, hardware devices. So you can infer the communication, that what sort of data is transferred, what sort of communication is going on. So you can infer it. So a lot of research is available, a lot of attacks are available on side channel attacks, so basically based on the hardware devices. Second one is, so very simple, spear phone. I think many of you have heard about the spear phone, right? So this basically, if you are doing a communication, or if you have established some communication and you are talking over a speaker phone, right? So basically speaker phone. So what will happen? So based on the vibrations and accelerometer, basically accelerometer sensor, accelerometer data, reverberation, basically reverberations data, vibration data in some sense, and the powers and other things, other features. So using that pattern, you can infer many things. So even you can infer the communication, that what is basically going on. So little bit this is challenging, but what sort of discussion is going on. But communication and type of communication, you can find that if someone is talking about 1 hour, maybe half an hour, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, so you can just infer that what sort of discussion may have done, right? So people are doing in conversation. So you can also infer that whether the voice is maybe female voice, or maybe you can say gender classification. So who is talking, right? Based on the pattern, you can find out that. So maybe gender classification you can do. In a lot of things you can do. So this is very popular security breach, and recently you will see that a lot of papers are there. So people are talking about the spear phone attack, right? So how they will do? So just they will have some app. So they will design a simple app, and that app you have installed on your system, so on your device or system. So from the system, it is just capturing the information about the sensors. It is not saying, it is not asking that what communication is going on. So it is not recording that. So it is, suppose you have not given recording permission to this app, or maybe storing permission to that audio, but it can observe the sensor information. So of course, if you have app installed, so it can receive the data from the sensors. So receive the data from sensors. And sensors, you have a lot of sensors. You have gyroscope, you have basically this accelerometers, you have a temperature sensors, you have many things, many sensors you have, and accordingly you just record those values of the sensor data. So sensor data you have to store. So once you have a sensor data with you, so you can do lot of security breach, lot of privacy breach, right? So using this machine learning models, because you know that once you have a data, so given a data, so you have to look for a function. So you have to look for a function which can just model this data to some output. So that's the idea here. So in the machine learning, so you have a data, now you have to and you have a corresponding output. Suppose you have a labeled information, maybe in the sense of supervised learning. So suppose someone has trained his or her model based on the supervised data and supervised algorithm. So now once this information, receipt information you will get, so it will be able to infer many of the privacy information it will tell you. So these are the few security concerns nowadays people are looking with this hardware based attacks, and or you can say the app or malware based attacks. Even in side channel attacks, maybe you can infer, suppose some devices there which basically do the encryption, right? So some devices there which do the encryption, and that device has some pattern for embedding the keys or for data transfer. So the template, or you can say the keys of this encryption module can be inferred if you have a large transmitted sequence. So recently few group at IIT Jammu is working on this area where they are just getting the transmitted sequence and they are trying to infer the encryption key. So transmitted sequence. So these are the very hot topic basically nowadays people are doing. So using machine learning basically. So given a sequence of data, so can you infer that what are the keys embedded in this particular sequence? So that's the idea here. So this is one of the problem that you can do here. Now I'm coming to the most popular attack nowadays that is there. So for security breaching and for maybe authenticity breach. So that is also very important, and you have to have defensive mechanism against that. So that is basically called the authentication breach in some sense. So how it is happening, authentication breach? So you have a well-defined model. So now I'm just not talking about the machine learning thing. So you have a good algorithm, machine learning algorithm, and now you have come up with a model. So let you have a good model here. So suppose some model is here and you have developed it, and this model is just doing the biometric authentication, maybe face. So let you are doing the face authentication. So face authentication, and you just input your face. So your face is basically go to this model. So model will tell you whether you are authenticated or not, right? So it will say that you have authenticated, yes or no. So let very simple model is here, but this is used suppose in defense or system or in order to open some gate or something, right? Some security room and others, right? So this model is given to you and pretty well, so no worries. So this is given to you. Now can you breach this system? So how will you breach the system? So what sort of attack you can do on the system? So the system, the attack can be done in two ways. So you have to just get the information about this model. So whether this model, all the things you are aware of this model, so complete model is with you, means all the learnable parameters, all the hyperparameters, information, model, architecture, if you have, so that is called white box information you have. If you don't have any information, only the model is there, only the place for the input and place for the output is available to you. So this is called black box model. Black box scenario. So what happens in the white box model? So in white box model, because the complete model is with you, so you can try to generate the data. So given this model, so in both the cases, by the way, in both the cases, we will try to develop a data set. So the task here is in this attack. So I'm defining the attack, by the way, please note down. So in this attack, our task is to have a fake image, fake face. So the task is to get a fake face as a biometric input, so that this model will authenticate, right? So that this model will authenticate, so that model will tell you yes, right? Model will authenticate. So you just see here what is the task. So this is one of the tasks that we want to generate the model. We want to develop a model which can generate the image, and that image is basically looks like to similar as a face, but it is a fake face, and but it bypass this model, or you can say the model says that this is an authenticated image, authenticated face, and it basically give the permission to proceed further. So this is the task, one of the tasks that you can do. So generally you can use the GAN, generative adversarial neural network, or you can say variational autoencoder available nowadays in deep learning. So you can given a model M, this may be a completely black box to you. You can generate the data set on which it was basically trained. So if somehow you are able to decode the model in some sense that on which data it was trained, so if you are able to get the trained data, so somehow you are able to decode the trained data on which the model was trained. So what you can do, so there are two things. Either some attacker, what they will do, so they will put a parallel system here, parallel authentication system here, and they have their own model, and they are just trying to bypass it. Your data comes here and it will go here, and they will try to bypass this model. So these are the very popular attack nowadays. People are doing. So the generation of the data and decoding the model. So decoding the learning model is very can say challenging attack. You have to defend it. So for defense mechanism, for defense organizations, if they are using some model and someone is able to identify the model, someone decode the model, right? So that will be very big loss for the organization. So this is one thing. And sometimes what happens, suppose your model is there. So this is another type of, your model is here, and somehow you are able to access the model. What you do, you just try to basically change the data. So trained data is here. So here you have the prediction. So what you do, you know the information about the model, that what sort of features it is basically learning. It has learned, or it is basically doing the prediction on what sort of features. So what you do, you just change the data. So change the input in some sense in order to fool the model. So this is very important in case of business organizations, like you have a product reviews, right? Product reviews, movie reviews, maybe sentiment, right? Sentiment, maybe spam also. You know that what is how much harm the spam email you can get. So generally what happens in general, right? What we do, if you see the importance of these particular problems, that if an email comes under the spam and if it is a ham, so what is the problem? So it may cause very big loss to the person. So suppose some mail came to you and you have overlooked your spam emails maybe for a week, and you are not able to get a very important information, even in any context, right? Even business context, or maybe in defense context, or even in recruitment context. What will happen? You may have a very big loss. So if your system is spam classification or spam filtering system is not good, it says that okay, your legitimate email, or you can say the ham emails are coming to the spam, then this basically has a very big loss. So you have to develop a good system, a spam system, which can spam filtering, which can do the spam filtering, right, in a better way. Sentiment classification can do a lot of harm. So in the social platform, so and even the reviews can have a big loss to a particular product in any of the industry or organization, right? So what does it mean? So we will today we are going to give you demonstration. Maybe in I may have 5 minutes. So we will give you the demonstration where what you have to do. So we have a learn model. So you have a model, you have an input, some sentiment is there, some sentence is there. You just change few words. Semantically you change. So semantically the meaning is same of the sentence, but earlier suppose this particular sentence, suppose you are writing here, I am happy, and the sentiment of the sentence is let positive sentiment, and suppose I have just changed this word happy with the maybe pleasant. So I am maybe you can say that some word I'm just changing here, maybe pleasant. So just see here, if you go for the meaning wise, so grammatically it is okay. So meaning wise it will be having the similar sort of meaning, but your model, this model or spam classifier, sentiment classifier will give you the negative sentiment. Even sometime if you say that I am not feeling bad, sometime your model will do the negative sentiment, right? Though this is a not feeling bad is a complete one word, you can say, in some sense, which has a positive meaning. So this attack, I will tell you that we just change this, is replace the few words from using the synonym, or you can replace few characters. Maybe suppose happy is there and I just write I am HPPY. Somehow we have missed a character A here, so it will be misclassified to, and it will classify to the negative sentiment. So these type of attacks people do in the writing the emails, basically in spam classification, that you just write an email such that your spam filter will the email basically fool the spam filter, and your spam emails, ham emails go to the spam, or you can say the spam emails come to the ham, or you can say legitimate emails, email set, right? So I think we are now stopping here. So these are the attacks, and there are many deep learning models and many machine learning models, AI based approaches are nowadays people are using in order to design the attack, and they are also using the AI models to defense the attack. So so because they are able to attack it, they can generate another model which can try to prevent the attacks. So in this way, in the game theoretic approach, right? In the game theoretic approach, they are trying to learn a robust model. So game theoretic approach, they are trying to learn the robust model. So that's the idea here. GAN is basically one of the popular approach that people are exploiting nowadays in the security field in order to reduce the attacks, or you can say in order to get a defense model, and even for designing also they are using the GAN. So that's the story right now, right? So I think now I'm just going to demonstrate I'm stopping this in and ending from here. So I'm just giving you some demonstration, very simple demonstration. So there is a library, text attack library. So I'm just going to give you the demonstration on the text attack library. So just a minute. So is my screen visible to all of you?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
So there is a very popular library. So this was developed recently. It was basically released. So not a very old. So maybe recently, you can say for 8-9 months, maybe around. I think 21 August 21 it is released, right? So the basically on the text attack, so there are many type of attacks on text. So one is, I have already told you that you can replace few words, sentiment, maybe positive sentiment word you can replace with a synonyms. Maybe you can do some perturbation, like you just remove some characters from the word. So it will try to basically attack the model. It will fool the model. So here I can just tell you, so there are I think more than dozen papers implemented in this package. So so that is the name of the package is text attack. So I think many of you, if you are doing research in this area in the attack, so please install that. So that is the Python library. So you just install text attack library, and there are a lot of so there is a documentation, and in the documentation a lot of examples are there. So you can perform the attacks, and then accordingly you can try to defense the attacks, right? So here I'm just giving you one example here. So on the text data, so attack is basically the text pooler. So you can take an example of maybe sentiment analysis. So you have some reviews. So any sentence you have, you just replace few words by synonym, and you will see that your model try to predict is earlier it suppose it was positive, then after replacing it, it will say that prediction is negative. So this is a very important attack. A lot of models, lot of methods are there. You can just replace the model here, and you can replace the learning model here, and accordingly number of examples you can set on your own. So here I'm just giving you the idea here. So just going to execute it. So the output is here. So I have already written one output here. So out of these 5 examples we have executed, so number of successful attacks was 3. So 3 places, 3 sentences that we have replaced the synonyms, the model was predicting is negatively. So otherwise, so you just see here, I'm just executing it again here for you. so that you just see that how the model works. So it may take maybe 1 minute, I think. Yeah, until now, if you have any question, please you may ask questions. So till it's executing. Maybe I can see the chat as well. So these are the parameters it's showing. So what sort of parameters it has used, right? And what are the steps it has used? Part of speech tagger, it has used NLTK library and so we are using TensorFlow here. You just see here TensorFlow libraries here. Oh, yeah. Now just see here. The first sentence that it has basically used. So first sentence, you just see the sentence here. So maybe I can increase the font. So the first sentence is basically lovingly photographed in the manner of a golden book sprung to life. Stuart Little to manages sweetness largely without stickiness. You just see here. So one word was changed. So the manages is changed with the administration. So just manages word is replaced by the administration. You just see that earlier it was a positive 100%. The sentiment of the sentence was the positive. Right? But now its model is saying negative 60%. Just manages word is changed with the administration. So the model that was trained, you just see that if you change the input, replace few words with a synonym, it will be going to classify it negative. So earlier it was positive, but now it is the model is classified as negative. Right. Likewise, I'm just the second one is evaluating here. So the popular BERT model is used in order to evaluate the attack. You just see here. So this is again a successful attack. So you just see here, the sentence was consistently clever and suspenseful. So this was a positive sentiment, and now the consistently word is replaced with the ceaselessly. Clever is replaced with cleverer. You just see that appended to characters. Suspenseful is enigmatic. You just see that now this sentence is completely predicted as a negative sentence. So just see here. So just changing the input data, your people are fooling the model, and so you know that there is a need to have a good model which can basically incorporate these type of problems, or you can say these type of challenges that are available. So these are the attacks people do on the models nowadays. So in two ways, one is black box, another one is white box. So here we are using the black box one. You just see here, you just use the model in order to just predict it, and you just see that how much your model is vulnerable towards the attack. This is called by the synonym based attack. So there are many types of attack, like synonym attacks. You can replace the character. So character level attacks you can have, right? So I think you can install it. I will share the library link in the chat. So
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sorry for the interruption, sir. Actually, our chief guest of this validity session, President IST, has already joined the session.
So, yeah, thank you. Thank you, and welcome, Professor Chief Guest. So I'm stopping here. So I think I will share the slides with you, and so I have also shared the link here, so where the text attack library is available. So with all the documentation in the chat box. So participant, you can, if you want to pursue research in this direction, please go through this library and you just try to execute it, and you will see a lot of intuition from there. Yeah. So thank you all the participants, and you can write questions maybe later on. If you have any question, maybe later on you can write to me, and maybe you can route through Professor Shukla, right? So thank you, Professor Shukla and your team, and all the organizers and all the participants. Yeah, thank you everyone.
Thank you so much, sir, for the nice session.